Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now the topic we are going to do for today is equation involving fraction. Equation involving fraction. We are going to start with example number 1. The example that we are given says that solve x over 2 is equal to 3 over 4. These are two fractions equal to each other. We have x over 2 is equal to 3 over 4. Whenever you are given this kind of question, what you need to know is that either you are given fraction equals to another fraction, or fraction equals to whole number, or you are given fraction equals to whole number. What you are going to do is that you are going to cross multiply. You are going to cross multiply. The case study of this one, here we are going to cross multiply. What do we mean by cross multiply? That is, let the numerator here multiply the denominator here of the opposite was fraction. And then the numerator of this other fraction, let it multiply the what? Denominator of the other what? Other fraction. Now we are going to use x to multiply 4. We are now going to arrive at x times 4. Now let it equal to this 3. Use it to multiply 2. 3 multiplied by 2. Now x times 4 will give us what? X multiplied by 4 will give us 4x, and 3 multiplied by 2 will give us what? 6. If we now have 4x is equal to 6, this is one of the is just like the first example that we treated when we are doing linear equation. When you have a case like this, what are you going to do? You are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x here? The coefficient of x here is 4. In that case, we want x to stand alone, to stand on its own without any attachment. We want to disengage 4 that is attached to what? X. That is now what brings about divide both sides by 4. By the time we divide both sides by 4, we are going to have 4x over 4 is equal to 6 over 4. 4 we cancel 4. Now what remains at the particular side is what? X. X now stand on its own. Equals to, this is 6 over 4. And if you have 6 over 4, something can divide both without remainder. That is 2. So in 6 we give us what? 3. While 2 in 4 will give us what? 2. Now we are left with x equals to 3 over 2. This is an improper what? This is an improper fraction. We can easily change this improper fraction to mixed fraction. This will now this will now give us x equals to 1 whole number 1 all over 2. Because by the time you change this one to improper back, 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 plus 1 will give you what? 3. This is now our final answer. This is now our final answer. 1 whole number 1 all over 2. Now let's move to the second example. The second example says if 4 over 5y is equal to 6, find y. If 4 over 5y is equal to 6, find y. Now 4 over 5, this is the place where they put y. They say is equal to 6. The question is that what normally brings about confusion to students is that between 4 and 5, who is the owner of this y? Where are we going to place this what? Y. The y belongs to 4. Even though they write 4 over what? The y that we have here belongs to what? 4. It is more or less like saying that 4y over 5 is equal to 6. this is a fraction equals to whole number. And whenever a fraction equals to whole number, what you are going to do is the same thing that by cross multiply. You are going to assume that this one is over 1. You will now cross multiply. If you cross multiply, this one will multiply this. Y4y will multiply 1. Actually 1 is not here before, but we are the one that introduced it. It is assumed that 6 here is 6 over what? 1. 4y times 1 and equals to 6 multiplied by 5. 4y multiplied by 1 will give us 4y. 6 multiplied by 5 will give us what? That is 30. If you now have 4y is equal to 30, we are looking for y. We are still going to make use of what? Dividing both sides by 4. That is the coefficient of y, which is 4. Divide both sides by 4. You will now have 4y over 4 is equals to 30 over 4. 4 we cancel 4. Y is equals to what? What can divide 30 and 4 without remainder? That is 2. 2 in 30, we are going to have 15 over 2 in 4, that is 2. Then y is equals to, we change this improper fraction to mixed fraction. That is 7 whole number 1 all over 2. 7 whole number 1 all over 2, because 2 multiplied by 7 will give us 14. 14 plus 1 will give us what? 15 back. So in that case, our final answer here is 7 whole number 1 all over 2. Now let us move to the next example. Now the next example says that solve for x in 2x over 3 plus 5 is equals to minus 3. Here we have a case of a fraction plus whole number equals to another whole number. If you now have this, what are we going to do? The fraction that we have here, it has a what? A variable. While the other whole numbers know what? No variable. In that case, let the one with variable x be at this particular side, and the other one without x value, the other one without x, let them be at the other what? At the other side. Now we are going to do something here. We are going to collect like terms. Then we are going to have 2x over 3 is equal to, what is outside before is minus 3. Minus 3 waiting for 5 to come. Immediately 5, which is plus 5, move to the other side, is going to change to what? Minus 5. Now here we have 2x over 3 is equals to minus 3 minus 5 will give us what? It's going to give us minus 8. Minus 3 minus 5 will give us minus 8. Now we now have a fraction equals to whole number. If that is now the case, we cross multiply. We are going to cross multiply. How do we cross multiply? This one is minus 8. We are going to assume that it is what? It is over 1. Then use this minus 8 to multiply 3. And use 2x to multiply 1. Now we have 2x times 1 is equals to minus 8 times 3. 2x times 1 is what? 2x equals to minus 8 times 3 will give us what? Minus 24. Now what are we going to do next? We are going to divide both sides by 2. If you divide both sides by 2, Here we have 2x over 2 equals to minus 24 over 2. So we cancel 2, remain what? X. Minus 24 divided by 2 will give us what? That is minus 12. In that case, our value for x is minus 12. X value is minus 12. The next thing we are going to do, which is the next example. The next example is, now this is example number 4, which says if 6 over x plus 3 is equal to 11 over x minus 2, what is the value of x? 6 over x plus 3 equals to 11 over x minus 2. This one is also very simple because this is a fraction equals to another what? Fraction. We have x plus 3 as denominator here, x minus 2 as denominator here. But nevertheless, what we are going to do is that in as much it is a fraction equals to another fraction and we are looking for variable x, we are going to cross multiply. If you cross multiply, this 11 will multiply what we have here. While 6 here, we also multiply all what we have here. We cross multiply. 6 into brackets. I'm creating this bracket because what we have here is not a single value. It is a combination of x minus 2. Put it in bracket, x minus 2 is equal to 11, another bracket, x plus 3. The essence of this bracket is just for us to make sure that we multiply this 6 by each of the elements that we have here. 11 by also each of the elements that we have here. 6 multiplied by x will give us 6x. 6 multiplied by minus 2. This will give us minus 12 is equal to 11 multiplied by x, we have 11x plus 11 multiplied by 3, we are going to have 33. If we now have this, these are turned to what? Linear equation. What are we going to do? We are going to collect like terms. How do we collect the like terms? 6x minus 11x is equal to 33 plus 12. Why plus 12? Here it is minus 12 before. By the time it crosses the equality sign to the other side, it's going to change to what? Plus 12. Now 6 minus 11 will give us what? That is minus 5x. There is a difference between 6 minus 11 and 11 minus 6. This one will give us plus 5, while this one will give us minus 5. Now this minus 5x is equal to 33 plus 12. 33 plus 12. That will give us what? That will give us 45. 33 plus 12 will give us 45. Now we are left with minus 5x is equal to 45. And we are looking for x. The coefficient of x here is what? Assuming you are asked that if 5x is this minus 5x is equal to 45, what is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x here is minus 5. Minus 5. We are now going to divide both sides by minus 5. Minus 5x over minus 5 is equals to 45 over minus 5. When we now have this, minus we cancel minus. This side. 5 we also cancel what? 5. We are left with what? X is equals to, how many 5 are you going to see in 45? 5 here 1, 5 and 45, that is what? 9. The minus is still there, do not forget. There is no any minus at the top here to cancel this minus. So in that case, we are still going to have what? Minus 9. Our final answer here is going to be minus 9. X is equal to what? Minus 9. The next question, which is question number 5. Example number 5. For this next example, which is example 5, x minus 3 over 6 is equal minus x minus 5 over 4 is equal to 0. We have a fraction, and you must minus from another what? Another fraction. If you look at the two fractions, they said is equal to 0. Now, the best method for us to use is that we find the LCM of both sides. What is the LCM here? Our LCM here is, that is 12. By the time you find it, after finding the LCM finish, you now multiply both sides by the LCM, which is equal to what? 12. We want to multiply both sides by what? 12. We are now going to have, in that case, we need to introduce what we call brackets. Bracket x minus 3 over 6 times 12, close the bracket, minus another bracket x minus 5 over 4 multiplied by 12, close the bracket, is equals to 0 times 12. Because we said we find the LCM of both sides. I didn't mean there's another one fraction here. You are going to consider everything together by finding the LCM. When you find the LCM of both sides finished, then multiply both sides by the LCM that you what? Find. You will now subject each fraction into what? Brackets. And then inside that bracket is where you are going to do your multiplication. 6 here 1, 6 in 12 is what? 2. Because this is multiplication sign, not additional sign. 4 here 1, 4 here what? 3. We are able to cross this one, we are able to divide this one because we have multiplication sign in between. 2 multiplied by x will give us 2x. 2 multiplied by 3 will give us what? Minus 6. Still inside the bracket, minus. The other bracket here, we have the whole of this multiplied by 3. 3 times x is what? 3x. 3 times 5 is what? Minus 15. Close the bracket is equal to 0 multiplied by 12 is what? Is 0. Now we have a linear what? Equation. We are now going to remove these brackets. How do we remove these brackets? Don't forget there is minus here. This minus, we use it to open this bracket. In that case, we are going to use the minus to multiply each of the elements inside the bracket. 2x minus 6 minus times 3x minus 3x minus times minus plus 15 is equal to 0. From here, we can rearrange by saying that 2x, let me write it, we have to rearrange. 2x minus 3x minus 6 plus 15 is equal to 0. 2x minus 3x will give us what? This will give us x minus x minus 6 minus 15 plus 15 minus 6 plus 15 will give us plus 9 is equal to 0. Now the next thing we are going to do is this. Since we have minus x plus 9 is equal to 0, let us now collect like terms. Minus x is equals to minus 9. Then divide both sides or multiply both sides by minus 1. Because the coefficient of x here is what? Minus 1. Although the 1 is not written, but it is assumed that it is what? 1. How many x do we have? 1. That's how what? Minus. If you divide both sides by minus 1, minus x over minus 1 is equal to minus 9 over minus 1. Minus, we cancel minus. Minus, we also cancel minus here. Therefore, our x is equal to 9. Therefore, the value of x is equal to what? Is equal to 9. Now we move to the last example for today. The last example, which is question number 6. Example number 6 says that if 3 over 2x minus 5 minus 4 over x minus 3 is equal to 0, find x. Our example number 5 that we just finished, in that case we have something related to this, that is 3 a fraction minus another fraction equals to what? 0. And in that of example number 5, we find the LCM of both sides. But for this case, if you have to find the LCM of both sides, we are still going to have the same what? The same steps, and then we also have our correct what? Answer. But in order to make this one fast and steady, is that what we are going to do is this. We are going to remain a fraction at this particular side and shift the other fraction to the other side. We remain one fraction here, and then we are going to shift the other fraction to the other what? Side. Therefore, we are going to have 3 all over 2x minus 5 is equal to, here before it is 0. Now we want to shift 4 on minus the whole of this, 4 over x minus 3. Minus here, this minus belongs to this fraction. Please note that this minus belongs to this particular what? Fraction. So wherever this 4 over x minus 3 is moving to, is moving along with minus that we have here. This minus now want to shift to the other side. But on getting to this other side, it's going to change to what? Plus. We now have 4 all over x minus 3. 4 over x minus 3. This is now fraction equals to another fraction. I believe from here you're supposed to be able to do what? Continue and get the right answer. But let's proceed. You want to cross multiply. We use this to multiply this. 3 into bracket x minus 3 is equal to 4 into bracket 2x minus 5. Use what is outside to multiply each of the elements inside. 3 times x, we have what? 3x. 3 times 3, we have minus 9 is equal to 4 times 2, that is what? 8x minus 4 times 5, which that is 20. The next step is what? That is a linear equation. The next step is collect like terms. When we collect like terms, we now have 3x minus 8x is equal to minus 20 plus 9. Collection of like terms, it simply means that let the one with x be in one side, the one without x, let them be at the other side. 3 minus 5, 3x minus 8x, that is minus 5x is equal to minus 20 plus 9. Minus 20 plus 9 will give us what? That will give us minus 11. Minus 11. And when we now have that, minus 5x is equals to minus 11. The next step is that since we are looking for x, and the coefficient of x here is minus 5. The coefficient of x here is minus what? 5. We are going to divide both sides by minus 5. Minus 5x over minus 5 is equal to minus 11 over minus 5. Minus, we cancel minus 5, we cancel 5. X is equal to, this is 11 over 5, which is the same thing as 2 whole number 1 all over 5. 2 whole number 1 all over 5. Our value of x is 2 whole number 1 all over 5. Now this is where we are going to end today's class. By special grace of God, next class we're going to take another topic. Please always do your assignments and make sure you at least submit the final answer as usual, the way you normally do it on the what? In your dashboard. May God Almighty Allah help your parents and also assist you as a student, give you wisdom, knowledge and understanding. Amen.